Chet, it's good to see you again after a little
good to see you.
Time away.
Good to be back on the show here.
Who is Drew Petzing? And why should I be excited about this?
I don't think we're in the minority when we say that nobody really knew who Drew Petzing was prior to this hire. I don't think any Lions fans knew who he was.
This is The Litter Box, a Detroit Lions podcast with your hosts, Chet West and Bill Patterson.
Litterbox listeners, welcome back to Litterbox, a Detroit Lions podcast. We've got a whole host of things to discuss today for you. We're going to cover this question that you just heard. Who is Drew Petzing and what are the Lions doing with this OC position? And we're going to cover a little bit of the sprinkle there that you just heard this past week, the hiring of Mike Kafka, which I think is a bigger deal than just a small thing. We're going to go through the free agents, unrestricted free agents for the Lions. We're going to talk about how we feel about re-signing them, what we need, who we may need to bring back. And that list may be kind of short. And then we're going to talk a little bit about kind of the DC equivalent, the defensive coordinator equivalent as well, coming post-Super Bowl. And maybe a who's on our wish list for that. Stick with us. We're going to be right back. So, Bill, Drew Petzing, not a name that rolls off the tongue in OC circles in the NFL. I don't think you or I had ever said his name before in conversation about how, I hope we get Drew Petzing as our OC. He's a run-first guy. He's a running back guy. So I think they're thinking he will bring David Montgomery back to life and expand on what Gibbs is capable of. We also got a little signing there this past week of Mike Kafka as a high-ranking offensive staff role, and I put air quotes around that. I think he's there to make sure the passing game and the creativity in the offense sticks around. What are your thoughts?
Let's go to the offensive coordinator. I'm extremely happy that they didn't promote from within or go the Johnny Morton route. So I'm just happy it's somebody new from a different system, a different tree, Chet, that is going to bring new ideas to the Detroit Lions. I am going to say this, very concerned for Dan Campbell's future if this hire doesn't go right. And that leads me to Mike Kafka, who torched the Lions with Jameis Winston that day at Ford Field. Mm-hmm. That was the beginning of the end of the season, or maybe I guess it was the Vikings game before that. But still, he torched that defense. So the good news is Kafka can teach Kelvin Shepard everything that went wrong.
Yep.
Going back to MCDC, though, this is going to be his fourth go-around at this. And I don't think you get 4 cracks at this as the CEO type in the NFL. And so the pressure, I think, is firmly on Brad Holmes now to get the draft and free agency right. But should the offense be stagnant at all this year, Chet, he being MCDC, afford to make a quick hook or a fire like he's done with Anthony Lynn and Johnny Morton in the past.
I don't disagree, but I don't think this means his job. I think there's an element to this where a healthy team, you can judge your coaches when they have their full cadre of healthy players out there on the field. They're starting, they're starting offense, starting defense, special teams, etc. We have not had, this was we've gone through 2 injury-laden seasons back to back. Okay. I am not judging people based on what we saw this past season, especially the last half of the season where we were rolling out 3rd and 4th string tight ends. We were rolling out 3rd and 4th string offensive linemen, centers. I mean, you got D-backs that are coming in off the street. We just kept going down and down and down in the quality of player on the field. And yeah, they had some magic moments. Don't get me wrong. They make great bench guys. Okay. They're not starters. I want to see and judge Dan with a healthy group of players on the field. That's where I'm at. I start looking at this stuff, and I don't know how much coaches really matter at this point. I think it's like a tripod. You have to have the players, first and foremost. You got to have the talent. Secondarily, you have to have the health. And then third on the list, then you're talking about the strategy, the play calls, the OC and the DC and everything working in harmony as far as that goes. I don't think the coaches and the strategy are at number one. I think you have to have the first two to get to the third and make it even worth it. So that's my take. I've, kind of been going around looking at where teams were ranked at the start of the season, where they finished. I mean, we're not experts, Bill. Amon-Ra will tell you to shut up, that you're not an expert. I don't know if you caught that on his podcast, but he's kind of like, what do you people know? We got Drew Petzing. We're going to do everything we can to win. You're smarter than Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. I don't blame him. I don't think you and I know squat, personally. So, we're fans. And we just got to wait and see. So
hopefully you're going to send out the diagram of your tripod to our listeners.
I will send a tripod diagram out on social media.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot to unpack there, pal.
Yep.
Let's do this. First and foremost, Amon walked that back so quickly because his brother's face, if you looked at the live stream or YouTube of the pod, was aghast when he said that. He was basically...
You can't talk trash about the fans,
Don't talk trash about the fans, man.
Yeah.
Next up, what's better than having one outside voice in the offensive meeting rooms? Two offensive voices. And what I like about Kafka, former quarterback, former offensive coordinator for the New York Giants, and you know what? He was an interim head coach and he gave the Lions fits, as we talked about. So couple that with Drew, we've got two freshly shorn, bald-headed offensive coordinators.
There is something going on this team with heads of hair, or the lack thereof.
I think it's to offset Kelvin Shepard's glowing locks.
You think that's?
Yes, I do.
Kelvin Nutset. He doesn't fit in. He needs to shave his head.
No. We balance the hair. Chet. It's like run pass. All right. With that, this all remains to be seen, but I think two voices. The other plus, Chet, I'll say for the season upcoming is that it frees Dan Campbell to be the CEO. I think some of the fourth down calls, he really wasn't looking at the clock. He wasn't managing down and distance.
Yeah.
His fingers weren't, I'm doing the doctor when they take your pulse on your wrist, two fingers.
Okay.
He was too occupied doing Johnny Moe's job to do the job that he really needs to do, which is be the CEO. With that, again,
it's chemistry, right? Like he's in charge of he's the chemist. He's the chemistry. He keeps things all flowing and moving in the right direction. When he's got to do two jobs, it's harder to do that.
Look at the bottom of Chet's diagram when it's sent out. Everybody, he'll explain this algorithm as well. So,
yes.
All right. Let's go through unrestricted free agents as promised. We're going to do this way, Chet. It's keep, drop, debate. Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have a lot of guys that I have to keep on this list.
Guess what, Chet? We're in agreement then. Quarterback,
and it's all going to come down to cost to keeping the ones that I want to keep. So
quarterback Kyle Allen, I could care less.
We'll get another one of them. We can get another one of him.
All right, this one's more important. Alex Anzalone.
For the right price,
yes,
I'd put him on a 1-year deal. I don't know how much he's got left. I certainly don't think I'd want to extend him to 2. I think he'll get 2 from somebody.
He will.
That needs a linebacker. He'll get a 2-year deal with a nice little price tag on it. I don't know. I mean, it depends on which Anzalone we're getting. Is it last year Anzalone before the injury, or is this year Anzalone?
I think
what I'm getting.
I think he retires in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
Offensive lineman Coyote Awasika.
I think we need to see a little more of him. I wouldn't mind having him as a backup guy, right? As depth. But I don't really want to see him play center again. When he played center this past season, that one game, it was an ugly affair. So if you want to sign him as backup, as depth, that's fine. I hope they would not sign him thinking he's going to start anywhere.
Well, hold on. Let me rephrase this.
Yeah.
More interesting question. The next guy is basically the same player.
Yeah,
but
Tristan Colon.
Yeah, so you can only pick one. What do you do?
I think, and this is just a pedigree thing because he's supposed to be a little better as Cologne. But again, his injuries kept us from seeing much of him this past season. Take 1 for depth. If you get 2 for depth, great. But they got to come cheap. Otherwise, I don't care, to be honest. They're depth pieces.
The only thing is, Awasika's played in 49 games.
Yeah.
For Detroit total. Cologne made starts in Baltimore and Arizona beforehand. Articles I've read, articles you've read say that Cologne has some familiarity with Coach Bald Drew, and maybe there's that edges
Maybe
towards
there's something there.
It's a coin flip for me. I don't really care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I wouldn't
one
mind
of them up, but let the other go, maybe.
Yeah, whoever's cheaper. All right, Zach Cunningham can go. I could care less.
Yeah, I don't know. Although, you got to start looking at linebacker if Anzalone's walking. But there's other guys on this list that I might be more
Cunningham's
prone to signing.
He's 30, going to be 32.
I know.
No
He's
thanks.
getting up there.
Yeah.
He's getting up there.
Edge rusher, Marcus Davenport.
No, thank you.
No,
That's
thank you.
No passing.
This is a position I want to talk about as we continue through the offseason. Anthony Ferkser, tight end. I would say skip because I think this is one position group on the offense, the one outside of center, guard, tackle, that also needs upgrading beyond Sam Laporta. I would say move on. You?
I'm fine moving on. We do have to keep an eye on how many tight ends we've got. I don't know if Sam projected to come back at the start of next season? Are we going to see Sam? Okay. So I think you can get rid of the Ferkser because I think there are going to be many Ferksers out there for us to grab like there were this year.
And Brock Wright's under contract, so that's good.
Yep.
All right. Jamarco Jones didn't play. Who cares? Let him go.
I have no clue who
he was always hurt.
Jones.
This one's interesting. Roy Lopez, defensive lineman.
I hate that. This is a no for me, and I'll tell you why. This is the classic. He went off to get his contract.
Yeah.
And you're going to sign him, and he's not going to be as good as even Reader. So just it's a no. That's a no for me. I like what he did for us in the 1 year. We caught lightning in a bottle. Now we got to let the lightning go.
Well, is it also indicative of how poor the defensive line play was that he was?
It could have been. It could have
stud.
been.
So two things might be true at once.
At the same time.
All right, this is one, you know where I'm going to go. Avante Maddox, I think you sign him.
I signed him. I like him.
Okay, we agree then.
Yeah, we're in agreement on this, and we did not talk about this before this.
Yeah. No. I think of everybody we've gone over, he's the only one.
Experienced D-back, getting old, but experienced D-back, versatile, plays multiple positions. We're probably going to have injuries there next year of some sort because we just can't have a defensive backfield that stays healthy. Knock on wood, all you want.
All right. Next up, Arthur Mullet.
Yeah, I'm a no on Arthur. I'm pretty much done there.
Jalen Mills, safety, no.
Didn't get to see much of him, to be honest. I don't remember much of what he did, but I'm a no there too. I feel like guys like Mullet and Mills will be available somewhere.
Yeah. And Mills
they were the fill-ins when we got desperate too.
I mean, desperate, yeah. All right, this one's an interesting one.
Now I know where we're going. Yep.
The next two are interesting.
Yep.
Edge, Bob Muhammad.
Bob Muhammad. He kind of falls into that Anzalone. If he wants a 1 year and he's cheap, will do it, but he won't be. He had a great season. He's going to command like a 2 or 3 year deal somewhere probably and get some money. He kind of falls, he may even fall more into that Lopez category where he had an incredible season contract year and now he's going to go cash in and who knows what happens after that.
He fits my bad description, which is contract year, wrong side of 30, career year, forget about it.
Yep.
The next guy I'm decisively no on, Levi Onwuzurike.
Are you just sick of him being injured? Levi, you're no on Levi then.
I'm a no on Levi.
Yeah. I just don't, when he's healthy, he was good. But it was so rare. It was kind of like Marcus Davenport in a lot of ways. Like just the two of them just seemed to be injured more than they were ever healthy.
Yeah, I would say let him go to the Raiders or Cardinals. And if he turns out to be a Pro Bowler there, then we were wrong. All right, this one's interesting. Khalif Raymond, he's getting up there. However, I think he does so many little things that we don't see that at the right price, and if he's willing to take a home team discount, I sign him at all costs.
This is what I was saying. Some of these guys, as long as the price is right, I have no problem bringing him back. He's one of them.
Okay.
He basically will be a 4 receiver next year, number 4 receiver, if they bump Tislaw up to 3rd finally, but he plays that number 3 role and he does kick returns, which he does adequately. But yeah, it comes down to cost for me. What's he going to cost us?
I just don't know at his age and how familiar he is with the Lions system.
He's getting up there.
That he would be that lucrative or enticing to another franchise, but you never know.
Sure.
We've talked about 8 good franchises and 24 dumb ones, so someone will probably overpay him.
Yep.
Which leads us to our next guy that's going to get overpaid and has been a bum, DJ Reader.
So DJ Reader, the final sentence of this little caption that you and I have been reading up on these free agents, he was solid against the run, but didn't offer a lot in terms of interior pass rush. Yeah, 17 hurries. He didn't have a sack all season, 4 QB hits. We had very little pass rush up the gut. I wouldn't mind a D tackle that puts a little pressure on the quarterback that can get that surge. I know Reader does a lot of his work in the run game, but I would like somebody that puts a little pressure up the gut on the quarterback personally.
So would I, and that's what I think Tyleik Williams was drafted for, is to be
Possibly.
that big run stuffer.
Yeah.
And when we
need somebody who can power up the
when we get to draft previews and all that, we can talk about
Yep.
some D tackles that can bring pressure.
Yep.
All right, next one, you know, because I even have a nickname for him, Meek the Freak Robertson.
Yeah.
I would re-sign him again. He goes back to the Avante Maddox.
Yep.
He's versatile.
Yep.
He can play safety. He can play nickel. He can play outside corner. He's not a number 1. He's not a number 2. But guess what? Guys get hurt. You need guys.
Yep.
I would sign him.
I agree.
And he's one that I would overpay for, just because
I don't know that I'd overpay for a Meek, but I will pay market rate for a Meek. I don't expect a deal, but I would pay market rate.
Well, hold on. I guess what I'm saying in free agency is overpaying would be allowing the guy to leave and getting somebody else's
free agent that's not as good or something along. I gotcha. Okay.
Similar player on a different team you're overpaying for. So I'm saying if you pay him a little more to stay in house, I would do it. Next one, Rodriguez, Malcolm, linebacker, no.
You know, I'm not a no on him, but I don't need to make him a starter. Let's put it that way. Again, he is a nice special teams guy. He is a nice backup linebacker. I'm okay there, but I'm not paying him starter money.
Dan Skipper was next up. He's
officially retired. Yep.
And word I'm hearing today out of Detroit is that he might be in a coach on the staff.
It sounds like he aspires to a coaching role, which may be a good role for Mr. Skipper. I don't think he's ready to leave the sideline yet. I think he wants to be down there with the squad. So if you can bring him in and get him to help out down there, I'm all for it.
Perfect. And there is no limit on coaching hires in the NFL, unlike college football. So go nuts, Lions. Keep them in house. Grant Stewart, linebacker / special teams ace.
I don't need to pay him, but as special teams, maybe. I mean, he led our special teams in tackle. We didn't have that special of a special teams this season. If you remember early in the season, we had a little problem letting people score touchdowns on kick returns. So
I'm okay with it, but a depth piece better be cheap. Safety Daniel Thomas, no.
No, I don't. He was injured. I barely remember him.
He only played 2 games.
Yeah.
Linebacker Ezekiel Turner, no. Again,
probably
hurt.
Not. Yep.
All right. 2 guys. We've got 2 debates coming up.
Yep.
Rock Yassin, yes.
I'm bringing Rock back.
Done.
I'm bringing Rock back. I want to see what year 2 of Rock looks like. Well, here's the thing. It's really easy to say I'm bringing back defensive backs because you know how badly we just need all of them. And they're hard to find. So we know what we're getting with Maddox. We know what we're getting with Amik. We know what we're getting with Rock. I'm bringing Rock Yassin back.
I agree for all the reasons you said, which is boring podding. So I'll get into a good pod debate with you on the next guy, which is Shane Zylstra, tight end.
I just don't think we need him.
Damn it. Okay, you're not.
I'm sorry. We're not going to have a debate. I don't think we need. I just don't look at Shane Zylstra. He's a practice squad guy. He was at the start of the season when we were at a full cadre of tight ends.
We can upgrade. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That goes for your unrestricted free agents. Going to restricted, Tom Kennedy. It doesn't matter what Chet and I think. They will re-sign him.
I don't think he's allowed to wear another jersey.
I think he saw, I don't know, Sheila.
Practice squad starting.
Brad, Rod Wood in the shower doing something.
He's going to play.
He's got dirt on somebody. Trevor Nowaski, the pride and joy, I believe, of a small college.
In Michigan somewhere.
Saginaw State, maybe?
Saginaw Valley State, maybe. He was a good special teamer. Fine. Bring him back cheap. Don't do anything crazy.
Tyrus Wheat, I think the future is...
I'm not... I mean...
I think
more sacks than DJ Reader did as an edge rusher. I don't know if that matters, but...
I'd say bring him back.
Yeah.
And then exclusive rights, Jake Bates. Come on, our kicker's going nowhere. We love that guy.
I think Jake Bates, 54 of 56 on extra points, 27 of 34 on field goals. He's a worthy kicker. I think we bring him back. We don't need to go shopping for a kicker with everything else.
And he's a
bring
kicker.
Jake Bates back. Yeah.
I mean, he's
hit some big field goals. He can make the field goal in the big moment. So I say we bring him back, mainly because I don't want to do the effort of going and looking for it.
Can I sidebar?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a kicker jersey, and John Palmer, our good friend Adam Palmer's son, actually has a Jake Bates jersey.
You're kidding me.
And I just don't.
He's the guy that bought it.
Yeah, I just don't want, my buddy Adam and his son John to have to go get a new kicker jersey because that's unfair.
Walk around, Then what do you do with a kicker that leaves your team? Like, you can't move that jersey. You can't give that to somebody.
eBay's full of expired kicker jerseys.
Is there an Ali Haji Sheik jersey out there somewhere I could get? That would be wonderful. I got two things I want to call out for you, Bill. Interesting facts. We're going to move along here. Do you know the Week 1 NFL.com rankings, power rankings? Okay. Can you guess who the top 5 teams in the NFL were in Week 1?
This season or next season?
This past season, the top 5. Who do you think they were?
It's some combination of Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Lions, Eagles.
You got them all. Some combination of. Eagles were 1, Ravens were 2, Bills 3, Chiefs 4, Lions 5. Of those teams, 3 didn't make the playoffs out of the top 5 teams in Week 1. Do you know where our Super Bowl teams were ranked in the power rankings in Week 1?
Ooh, I'm going to guess the Patriots were like 18 to 23, and the Seahawks were probably like 11 to 14.
Seahawks were 19th.
Okay. Way off.
The Patriots were 22nd.
Not bad.
They came into the season 19th and 22nd and made the Super Bowl. This is just parity in the NFL. I mean, any team can win any given season. You could have the Jaguars go to the Super Bowl next year. I'm just saying we don't know what's going to happen with the Lions.
Actually, I'll make you a gentleman's wager right now.
Oh, boy, here we go.
The Jaguars, you can pick any one of 31 other teams.
Okay.
The Jaguars are never good in back-to-back years. So
like
just
Florida Marlins of baseball. It's something about Florida. They can't string 2 seasons together.
Whatever you want to wager, like food, whatever, we'll do it offline.
Last place, first place.
I'm telling you, I don't know if they'll be last place. I'm just saying they will not win the Super Bowl or even go to the Super Bowl.
I will say
it's not in the Jaguars' nature.
The Saints, the Jets, Browns, and Saints were the bottom 3. So if you end up in the bottom 3, you're going to be awful probably. But other than that, it's kind of a toss-up. The Colts, who were what they did with Daniel Jones, they were on top of the world 5 weeks into the season, were 28th in the power rankings in Week 1. Who knew? At any rate, fun stuff that I figured I'd look up because I was curious as to where those guys were and what people thought they were going to do at the very start of the season.
All right. So I personally think Dan Campbell is kind of insulating himself via Teflon, getting Kafka in just in case for some reason Bald Drew frustrates him.
It's possible. He's going to have 2 options as offensive coordinator this coming season.
And he doesn't have to fire anybody. He's
going to tell these guys to work together.
Yeah.
And it's going to be and that way he's going to say, look, I hired 2, one guy who's considered very intelligent. The other guy is considered a kind of a run game master. So I'm kind of attacking it with 2 guys.
Yeah.
Taking that angle. I don't know if they'll both be there in the second season, the next season after, in the 2027 season, but
I think ceiling says that one gets promoted.
You think so?
Probably
possible. That's probably
right.
Right.
Kafka becomes a full-time offensive coordinator. Or maybe
I wanted him to go after him for OC.
Yeah, I know you did. So
when I found out that they got him as the specialty offensive guy, I was like, oh wow, okay.
He's like Dwight K. Schrute to Michael Scott. He's like the assistant to the assistant regional manager type thing. You know what I'm saying?
What did you want to talk about with the defensive coordinator stuff? This threw me. Guys, Bill throws me notes as to what he wants to talk about that day, and he's got a DC thing on him. I'm like, we have Calvin. We're not going anywhere.
So if the Lions willing to do this on offense, who would you like to be, the yin to Kelvin Shepard's yang? Because I think as a first-year defensive coordinator, down the stretch, last 4 or 5 games, Kelvin Shepherd looked a little bit overwhelmed. I'm going to discount the last game of the year's, the Bears game. I don't know why.
You want a situation like Mike Kafka for the defensive side of the ball too.
Chet,
You want like a specialist.
Yes, because there are great.
But you want to keep Kelvin on staff.
Chet, I would hire Brian Flores tomorrow as assistant head coach.
Is he available?
He's out of contract with the Vikings.
That's true. That's a good point.
And the question is, are the Cardinals, Raiders, or Browns going to hire him? I believe nobody else has a job opening now.
He's got some stink on him. You know he's got some issues. He's got some stink on him from his Miami fallout.
He sued the NFL for racial discrimination, which if have we looked at the head coach hires? Like
there's talk. I don't know.
Outside of Robert Saleh, they haven't hired anybody of...
I'd like Robert Saleh if he was available. That'd be great, but he's not.
Okay, so let's talk in reality.
Yeah.
I would give him whatever he wants. It's a 1 year. He's just going to come in.
Flores?
Oh, yeah. I would give him... I would pay him... I would make him the highest paid assistant in the history of the NFL.
Okay.
Knowing that he won't be around for long, and if he's as good as advertised as he has been with the Vikings...
Yep.
Guess what? Best case scenario, he stays. So that is my... I do think Kelvin Shepherd is not going to be long for this organization. He interviewed with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Do I think he's that good? No, but because, the
opportunities are going to arise.
Yeah, and
I'm good with it.
I have one more for you.
Okay.
Jim Schwartz. I mean, he's the only man
I'm not opposed to Jim Schwartz. Yeah.
He's the only man that wants the Browns job. Again, bring him in. Special.
Sure.
He's Dwight K. Schrute to Michael Scott, MCDC, and he can dictate, what needs
I like
to happen.
Saleh. I like all three
Saleh's not
of those
available.
Guys. I'm fine with all three of those guys. I know, but I wish he would have been our D coordinator. I wanted him to hire him as head coach back in the day when he was available, but he's got a bald dome too. So
he would completely fit with it.
He does. He would totally
wait a
fit
second.
With the rest of the crew.
There's not enough hair there.
Not enough hair? Now you need hair? Now you need somebody with hair to fill in at the D coordinator position.
Flores.
So our D coordinators have to have hair is basically your rule. Okay. Very good.
Chet, yin, yang.
Folks, we're going to leave you there for this wonderful episode, this little catch-up pod for the Lions Litter Box. Thanks for listening. We'll keep you guys posted if anything incredible happens between now and the draft. But, keep an eye out for the sister podcast, the Litter Box Detroit Tigers. We'll be back for a new season with that. We'll give you some updates there likewise. Until then, so long and go Lions in the offseason.
Go Lions.